This is ThedaNyree.
This is Petra Sherbin Fox.
And this is David Linson, and you're listening to
For the Culture.
Take a picture, man. It'll last longer. Hit the gas on them. Hit a dance on them. Take no chance on them. Get the cash on them. Flip it fast on them. Take off the mask on them. Show the world who you.
What's going on? What's going on, people? How y'all doing today?
Hey.
Hello.
As y'all know, this is For the Culture. Thank y'all for tuning in. We are here with myself, David Linson, or whatever other name y'all might know me as. I'm not going to go through all of them. I also have with me MsTheda.
Hi.
And Miss Petra.
Hello.
How y'all doing today?
Tired.
I think everybody's tired. I think it's the weather.
I'm so tired.
I think it's the weather right now. The weather has been crazy out here. It's been windy. People are getting their cars blown around.
I was been blown around, actually. I slept well today, though.
Oh, yeah?
My husband was nice enough to take Chance to school so I could sleep until 10 o'clock. So I was asleep. Now I'm tired again, but I definitely got some good rest, so I'm not complaining.
No, I had a late night. I procrastinated writing a paper, so I was out till like 2 a.m.
Oh, no.
writing a paper.
Oh, yeah, I don't procrastinate that stuff. I was up last night soul searching. My wife and I had a conversation that I needed to get some clarity on. So I was soul searching, thinking, writing, things like that. But got up today, did some things. Got the house in a different situation in order. So see how that works out, if I like it. Sometimes you just got to change your
change the environment, for sure. That makes a big difference. We're moving in a week, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Let's talk about it after it's done. Because right now, no. Jason leaves like 3 days after. So that's the thing. I'm like...
So everybody, we have a little special episode today. We're not going to discuss what's going on in the news that much. We might hit on some things. We might talk about a little bit. But we just want to have a discussion. This is just a family conversation we're having today.
Yeah.
So, the world is crazy, but our lives don't have to be.
Facts.
Right. And even if our lives are a little bit crazy, it's okay to like ground for a second, like what you did last night, like soul search and kind of rearrange, because there are so many things that are outside of our control, but there's so much things that are in our control that if we kind of focus on that, it makes things a little bit easier.
Right. And I think that we lose sight of a lot of things when we start really focusing on everything else going on. So
absolutely.
we were focusing on the people, we're focusing on our 5-year plans, 10-year plans, whatever that is. Then at the same time, we're sitting here worried about what does this person think that I'm doing every day? Or what does this person think of me? Or what do I think of myself? And I think we lose sight of just actually being happy and being good.
Yeah. And
just taking some time out just to do those things.
Especially being present. It gets hard sometimes. Life is running and you're like, by the time things kind of slow down, you're like, oh, I can kind of be present in the moment. It kind of gives you that feeling like, things aren't so bad. Yeah. I'm currently raising a preteen. Pray for me, guys, because I need all the prayer I can get, because I'm like, we're not okay. It is rough out here. So it's definitely important to kind of keep grounded, because otherwise, it'd be in the clouds somewhere.
I think it's always hard. I know, speaking for myself, it's hard for me to be present a lot of times because I always have a lot of things going on, and I always have to think ahead. Like, I have to think 3 steps ahead of what I'm doing right now. And so it's very hard for me to stop and breathe and think about what I'm doing right now and appreciate what I have going on right now.
Yeah, I think I have the unique ability to always be present. And I think that came from something we had talked about in the group chat about being a planner.
Oh, yeah.
Or being a dreamer.
Yeah.
I'm a dreamer through and through. Yeah. And I remember asking in the group chat, and I'm not going to say who it was. Somebody wanted to be difficult.
It was me.
And be difficult and not really want to understand the question. Well, everybody, there's planners and there's dreamers. I guess in some wild sense you can say you're both, but I don't think it's possible. I think in the actual breakdown of it, you're a dreamer or a planner. Like, I am a dreamer. I will negate all sense to go after the dream that I have, or go after something that I know I can obtain.
No.
And a planner, not that they don't go out and get those things, that they have a different approach to it.
Yeah. Like, I gotta know that I can take care of myself. I gotta know I'm gonna have a place to sleep. I gotta know I can feed myself. I have to know these things before I'm like, okay, let's go do this.
Right.
It's funny because I think that, for myself, I think that I have a lot of the dreaming, like, characteristics, but I have a child, right? So, and I had him really, really young. So I think that maybe if I didn't have a child, I'd have more of a dreamer spirit, because I do have, like, it's going to work out. Like, I know whatever I do is going to work. Like, moving overseas, I was like, Jason is like, what are you going to do overseas? Because he got worried about Germany. I said, I can make it anywhere. Like, I'm not concerned about me finding something for me to do.
Right.
But then the mom side of me that was a mom at 18 is like, well, I have to have a plan. Even though I know I'm not going to fail because it's just not in my makeup, I still have to have a certain plan together. And now I'm a super planner. Whereas Jason is like, he'll do stuff just
because it's
he'll just do it.
And I don't think that negates you from being a soul planner. I think that, like I said, planners have dreams. Planners have paths that they want to get to, and it could be on the other side of the world. That doesn't change that. I don't think that negates you from being a planner. I think that's just saying that you know that you'll, even if you, like you said, you'll move here and you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. But you know you had a plan B just in case.
Absolutely. I had a plan B.
I've done things and never thought about a plan B. I moved to New York City. I remember moving to New York City.
You told us the story.
I had some money in savings. I got my income tax check back. I didn't have a place to stay. I had a military duffel bag, and I had a civilian type duffel bag. Mm-hmm. I jumped on a plane and I moved to New York. Didn't have a place to stay. Didn't know where I was going. At the time, they had those little sublets to where you could get pay a week in somebody's apartment, and for at the time it was like $170 a week. And so, $170 a week, I jumped on that. I was in Spanish Harlem. I got a little spot. I remember I had to carry, it was cold too, because it was January. I went out there, I had a little jacket on, not knowing that I needed
your
a
little
coat
Texas
coat.
jacket?
Yeah, I had a little Texas jacket.
From Sherman, Texas jacket. He's like,
I had the polo boots on. It was snow everywhere. I walked to the little agency that said they can find me an apartment. They sent me to one spot. I walked there with my bags, so I couldn't leave them there. Didn't like that spot, came back, got another one, liked that one, and that's where I stayed for 6 months. And I didn't have a job lined up. I got a job within 2 months. Didn't have a job lined up. I just had a little bit of money in my account. I did the same thing, moving in with my wife. She didn't even know I was coming. She didn't even know
Germany?
No, not to Germany, but to Maryland. We were dating.
Oh, okay.
And I was living in Texas and she was living in Maryland. Super Bowl Sunday in 2011, I got up and I was like, yo, I closed out my apartment, left my job, and I drove to Maryland without her even know that I was coming.
How did she take that?
She invited me in.
Oh, okay.
We just got
great.
serious.
Yeah.
She invited me in, but she was on the fence about it. She didn't.
Yeah.
That's not something that she felt comfortable doing.
Yeah.
Because she is a devout planner.
And that's why I said because me knowing how organized she is, with you saying that you just dropped everything and moved in with her.
So where's your plan?
Yeah, bro,
She's a
what is
devout
this?
planner, and that's always been because I know what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
And I know that I have means to survive anywhere, anytime. I have the skills that I can survive. So for me, I don't need a plan because I'm like my father. I'm going to make it.
That's similar to Jason. It's funny that you say that because he's like, and I tell him all the time, you have a gift. Like being able to work on cars, somebody's going to need you no matter what. So when he buys cars and I'm just like, he's like, all right, I'm going to take this money out of the account. And I'm like holding on to my feet oh my goodness, here he goes with this grand scheme idea. So in my head, I'm like, okay, well, if he takes that much out, how can I make that money up in case his plan doesn't work out? Yeah. And I hate to do that, but it's just a natural instinct of mine. And I have to say, not once has he not done
Made the
or
money
made
back.
the money that he said he's gonna make. So even when he bought a new Supra, I didn't tell you.
Yeah, you told me about
I
it.
did. Yeah, he drove and got a new Supra. He's like, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I need you to move. So I'm gonna make. He came back and exactly what he said he was going to do, he did. So that allows me to kind of just like
trust him.
Right. Allow him to dream. Allow him to be who he needs to be. And I was talking to one of my girlfriends yesterday about that. Like, I'm still on the edge of my seat, but I trust him enough to know that I know he's going to figure it out. And I also know that whatever he takes out, I already have a plan on how I'm going to bring it back.
Right. And I'm trying to get that to that point with my wife, because my wife just sees all the things that I do. And she doesn't break it down into, okay, this can do that, that can do that. Because essentially, I have the means to create a motion picture. Like,
right.
Yeah,
at the point I'm at right now, I
Right.
can create a motion picture. I can create a whole sound studio. All these different things, and she sees all those things, but she doesn't see how they work together.
Yeah.
Especially because she has to see the dollars and cents.
Yeah.
There.
Right.
You know, it has to be tangible
Right.
for us. So now after Jason has done his side hustle 5 or 6 times, I'm able to materialize it. But in the beginning, I was just like clutching my pearls. Like, I hope these plans go as he wants, because he's telling me the logistical side of it. And all I'm thinking about, well, how much is that? Dollars and cents. Don't talk to me about this engine, that engine, the difference is, because those are technicals that you guys understand. Like, you understand the motion picture and what all it takes. And Takara's just like, well, how much is this going to how much is it going to cost us? And if you make this investment, are we going to be able to bounce back? That's it. Because at the end of the day, for us, it's like, we have to make sure that there is a plan. Even though when you guys are being the dreamers that you are, we still have to be like, we got to be grounded somewhere. Well, and that gives me that peace of mind.
For me, the reason why I said I feel like I'm a little bit of both is because the reason why I don't necessarily consider myself a planner is because I procrastinate and I'm not organized at all. But
that doesn't mean that you're not a planner, though.
I know. And then when David was like, well, in order to you have to plan it out, which is true. So, like, this is a small scale compared to David and Jordan. Who the hell is Jordan? Jason. David and I'm so tired. I'm sorry.
The Kardashians is still on your mind.
No, they're not. I'm just really tired. I was trying to say Michael Jackson's documentary, and I said McDonald's earlier. That tells you anything. But anyway, it's not as large as, your film or Jason fixing cars, but like when I did my fudge last winter, granted that was just a small thing, but it like took me a lot to actually like do it. Like I had been thinking about it for months. Like I had been telling myself, you're talented, you can do these things. You should do something with it. But I'm always so scared of putting my money into it and then it not working out. So like in the summer, I was planning on doing cupcakes and I had all these flavors of cupcakes. I had the recipes and everything. And I talked myself out of it. And then...
See, I'm not sure that doesn't make you, that takes away from your planning abilities, because you're still planning. The thing is that you're just not connecting to the plan. Like you're not allowing yourself to say, I can do this. Because you're doing the planning thing, but then you're like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So, and it's not because it's
so scared. I get scared it's not gonna work. Like my fudge, I didn't break even with my fudge, but I wasn't really expecting to because it was my first time out or whatever. But I had a lot of fun doing it and I learned a lot. So I kind of built a little bit of a clientele. So this time around, I think I can do better.
You need a dreamer. You need a dreamer. Was it accountability partner?
Right. That's going to keep on telling you can do this.
Yeah, because my planner accountability partner is, of course, Takara.
Yeah.
And then on the side, I got some other planner accountability partners that just make sure that I keep a plan going, because that's not what I do. I could care less about a plan. I'm jumping in head first and we'll figure it out.
So can I be the planner and the dreamer or no?
It's not
it's
that
hard. It's hard to
right.
be the planner and the dreamer, because the dreamer in me is like, I literally, and I just tweeted this, I really believe that I can do whatever I want to do. Mm-hmm. I really believe that I can. I have the personality, the talent, the know-how, the will, the drive. But the planner in me is like, but what if that doesn't work?
Right.
What are we going to do? Like, just like the way I grew up, like my mom, God bless her, but she was not a dependable person, and she would make decisions that ultimately would result in us living in the car for the week, or things like that. And because of that, I'm like always have this fear of, if this doesn't work out, you're going to end up sleeping in your car.
That's different. That's a trigger for you. So that is it's going to keep you from making those jumps. And the thing is that you may have dreamer instincts, but it's just your triggers that are stopping you, right? Like
I think so. I think more or less that you're incorporating the dreamer and the planner as a emotional state.
And then the dreamer, the planner in me sees the dreamer in me as irresponsible. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not calling you irresponsible, but just upping and moving, that's so irresponsible. I would never do that.
But the thing about it is irresponsible for a certain type of person.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm a survivor.
Right.
I'm a survivor, no matter what. I've slept in my car.
Yeah.
I slept in my car as a grown man. I've done things to survive that I might not be completely happy about, but I've worked them out. But I remember I had a job. I was in Maryland. Here's a funny story about me. That's kind of illegal, but I'm just going to say it because I'm sure nobody can find out these people.
Watching?
I can't find these people.
Okay, cool.
So what I did was I was working at Apple, and I got tired of being at Apple. I wanted to move to another company. And so I moved out of the place I was in. I didn't have a new place yet of my own. I had a while till I could move into it.
This was during the military? Before that?
This was after the military.
Okay.
So I didn't have a place to move into on my own. So I'm in the middle. I got a great job at Apple. I'm over here. But I wanted to do this audio video company. So I ended up having to sleep in my car in the mall, Montgomery Mall in Bethesda. I slept in my car in the parking garage for a week and a half. I still had a gym membership from Apple, so I got to go over to the gym and shower. But I went back to my car, changed, and I parked at the bottom floor of the parking structure. I did that for a week and a half. Then the day that I went for the job interview at the new job, I got a flat tire. I was driving this Nissan Altima, 2005 Nissan Altima. It was my car, you know what I'm saying? It was two-tone. It was black on bottom, silver on top. I had 22-inch rims on it. And boom, tire blew. Dang. So if anybody knows if you have rims, you can't just put the spare on it because it won't fit.
Yeah.
Because everything else is too high.
Yeah.
So I rode it on flat to the Rockville train station. Found another Nissan Altima. Took my spare and switched it out with with one of their tires.
You did.
And I left them in their gas tank $300. Because there was no time for me to go get a tire at the time. It was too early in the morning.
That's a great story.
So, and I got the job. I made great money at this new company. I left Apple. It was
This
great.
sounds like the pursuit of happiness.
You were noble enough to give them a couple of
I wasn't about to just steal from them. But I know they came back and looked at their tire like,
they was probably
because
high.
they had to get a new tire and they had to get a new rim because I took everything.
Yeah. Like, I gotta use this real quick.
I did.
Sorry, guys.
I even went back after the interview and the car was gone. So I was like,
they are.
Yeah, I was gonna go put the tire back. I was gonna leave the 300. I was just gonna do my thing, but
they were fine.
But that's what I'm saying. I will survive, and I think about the difference about being the dreamer and the planner is the actual step. So I said having a dreamer accountability partner is going to be somebody to where they'll grab your phone from you and post that you're selling fudge next week.
And you're not. But you
haven't made a plan to do it.
No.
Like, you didn't make a plan to do it. You know that you want to do it, but they grab your phone. Okay, they're on sale next week. This is the cost, and they put it out. They put you out there. So
now I have to.
Right.
Now
but you already had the plan in place because that's what you do.
Yeah.
You just didn't have. The step is where your problem is, and a lot of planners have that failure to launch.
Right.
And it's not because they can't do it. It's not because I think it just has. They want to always find out there's this little contingency out there that what if this happens? What if that happens? So they try to fix all the contingencies before they actually embark on something. Yeah. But nothing's perfect.
And you can't account for all the contingencies because you never know what's going to come up. That's the crazy part about it. And that has my difficulty. Like, knowing that I planned and then something happens that I didn't account for, I'm like, dang, how did I not account for that? But then now I'm like, because you can't account for everything, Petra. Like, it's just not possible. Mm-hmm. You know, and then Jason is definitely one of those people that kind of ground me because it's a spectacle. Like, planning a vacation, he's so like, oh, whatever, we'll just do it last minute. And I'm just like, how are we going to go on vacation last minute? Like, where are we going to get money to go on vacation last minute? Yeah. And he just like, or we're going to like go someplace and I'm trying to plan things. And he just like, let's go. I'm just like, and it gives me anxiety. Because I'm like, I can't deal with it, just let's go. So now what I've learned to do is kind of like, well, let's just do it. Because I know that you're not going to let me fail, and you're not going to let us fall apart. And if once I tense up and I get anxious, he'll take the wheel. So it's good to have a person that really balances that out. Because honestly, if I, like in a different world, I probably would have chosen to be with a planner. Because then we kind of understand, but then y'all would never have any fun. Well, no, exactly. And then it'd be safe. It'd be one of those things. Oh, so let's sit down and budget together, and it won't be an argument, right? But then we wouldn't have that balance. So when I'm budgeting, Jason is like, "That's what you do." So I don't have to sit and converse with him about it because he's just like, well, how much I put in savings, how much of the bills, and that's it. Right. Where if we're planning and I have one plan, another person another plan, and we're sitting there bumping heads on how we want to plan with the finances, it'd be crazy. Yeah. So there's always, and I'm so excited because usually the state for me is like, I need somebody that's going to understand how I plan. Right. Just the logical me, but then now I'm like,
see, there's dreamers and planners, and on the financial side, there are spenders and there's savers. Right. And for me, I'm a spender.
I'm a spender.
See, that's so crazy. Too. I'm a dreamer spender, which is very dangerous.
Yes.
It's very dangerous.
Jason's not a spender. Yeah. He's a saver, unless it's with that damn
car
Supra. Yeah. Because he'll be like, oh, I need some room. I'm like, well, how much is it? $4,000 or $5,000. What? Yeah. Are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, for that. But he won't buy no clothes. But he won't buy no shoes. You know what I'm saying? So he's not like, but where me, I'm like, oh, well, I want to get a massage tomorrow.
I want those hunter boots.
Or I want those hunter boots. Or I want those UGG slip slides. And he's like, $100 for some slides, some slippers. Did you just question me?
$500 for your rims, sir?
Okay. but in his mindset, and it makes sense, like he bought his Supra for a ridiculously cheap price, and he sold it for like quadruple what he paid for it. So he was able to buy the car that he wanted, and now that particular vehicle is worth like $60,000 in the States. Yeah. So he's looking at it from like, if anything ever happens, I have $60,000 to take care of my family.
That's true.
That I understand. Yeah. But girl, I still be like, $5,000 for some rent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but a dreamer and a spender are very dangerous.
Yes, we are.
Because you're like,
and my wife will contest to that, because I did easily spend $20-something thousand on a credit card at one time, and it wasn't in one day or anything, but it was over.
Still.
That's nothing. In the Army, let me tell you something. I was I went out. We went out on a weekend. It was a party weekend. We went out. We were in Korea. We easily spent $20,000 that weekend. Me and my friends. We were just partied all week. We had the money. I mean, we had the money.
And you guys see them when they're single and they don't have no type of sense, and they don't have no woman at home to be like, did you spend $20,000 yesterday?
And see, my wife is a saver, and I am blessed to have a saver in my life, because I would be completely broke at all times. If not, I wouldn't be completely broke. I mean, I can function, I can make things work, but it'd be a different place of living for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And working towards and that contrast is something I think I needed, because I'm a dreamer.
The yin and yang,
right? Yeah. Because if I had another dreamer, we'd be broke, and if that person was a spender, also we'd be broke. We'd just be. But I probably have the most fun in my life that I could possibly think of. But then I wouldn't be able to enjoy it because I ain't got no way to pay for it.
Yeah, and it'd be stressful. I think it's important. I think we naturally would be like, oh, if I was asked this question and I wasn't married, I'd probably say for sure would be with somebody that's a planner, because that person understands me, blah, 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 blah. But then when you just get married to somebody and they're a dreamer, you're just like, well, I needed this in my life. Like I needed that. And I like to spend personally. Right. So I plan and spend, but I also plan and save.
So you're a planner, spender.
I'm a spender.
Theda, what are you?
Planner.
If we say that you're a planner.
I'm a planner, but like, I really can't say that either, because the reason why I say that is because I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, but of course I'm like, well, what if I don't know? And so
I'm trying to find her a dreamer accountability partner.
No, I got that already.
So I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, and I've been looking at all this equipment. Like I just saw this girl today post her ring light for €100, and I'm like, And then I saw someone posted a 55mm camera for €250, and I see these people selling this equipment, and I'm like, these are really good prices. And then I asked myself, okay, but if you spend this money, are you going to use this equipment? And I cannot definitively say yes.
But the thing is that, see, this is my thing. And I'm the planner in me is like that also. But I'm like, if I spend this money, I'm going to use it, because I'm going to walk in and I'm going to see that $100 that I spent. So for me, it's like, oh, did I just spend $100 on that? I'm gonna figure out how to use it, and any big purchase, it takes me a while to make that purchase because I have to be sure that I'm going to. But once I see the product and I see that I spent $100 on it, that's a lot of money.
I'm the same way. It does, even though I'm a spender, it takes me a long time to actually purchase something. Yeah. I'll look at it, I'll walk away, I'll research it.
Right, do I need it? Am I going to use it?
But when I'm ready to buy it,
you're ready to buy it.
And it's not. So a lot of like my wife plans out, she reviews, she researches, she has all her paperwork in her hand. She's like, next Thursday at 2:15 p.m.
I'm gonna go buy this,
and that's cool. With me, I go out, I check it out, I look at it, I go home, I research it, I chill on it, and then I'm sitting watching TV, and all of a sudden I get up, walk out the house, and purchase
go buy it.
Right.
Just out of nowhere. I wasn't even thinking about it, but I'll go buy it, and that's how it works. And I think that I need to stop doing that. But I think that makes me the dreamer spender.
I mean, I guess I can call myself the planner spender in a way, because like I spend a lot of money on makeup. Mm-hmm. Why? I don't know.
But that's one of your things you like.
I like makeup. I'm trying to get more into it, and I guess the reason why I was thinking of starting a YouTube channel, not to be like a makeup artist, but like to do like makeup videos of me like progressing in makeup. Right. I know that sounds really like
no. I was doing the exact same thing with photography, to where I'm not at the level
right,
to where,
but I want to progress.
I want you to see me grow, and you can grow along with me at the same time.
Yeah. And I think there's something wrong with that kind of transparency. People are scared to show the effort failures and work and the failures in between that. But that's really important. I mean, kids are making millions of dollars reviewing toys
Unboxing
on
toys.
YouTube.
Yeah.
You better get that stuff and start your YouTube channel. You about to move. I think it's so important to have something, and even if you look back on it and it wasn't what you thought it was going to be, you still tried it. And I think there's a gratification in being able to say, I tried it. I may not have liked it, but you tried it. You gave it a shot.
You know what I kick myself for now? So like years ago, before Instagram became what it was, I used to make videos on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Like I wasn't trying to be famous, or I didn't know anything about being Instagram famous or something like that. I was just young and making videos. And one day, just a couple weeks ago, I was like looking through my old Instagram videos, my old Instagram posts, and I came across my videos, and I was like cracking up laughing at my videos. And I was like, I wish I would have kept doing this, because like I probably could have went somewhere with it. I don't know. But I mean, I can't do that content now because I'm 27 years old. 27 years old.
But
there's new content out there you can
There's
do.
new content. I'm not a huge fan of Cardi B, but she started from the bottom. Now she's here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And she just did it by being herself.
Yeah.
There is great that I really commend that, because you could have easily tried to get into this box that everybody's trying to put you in. And she's so dramatic in her Instagram videos. Jason used to follow her like 5 years ago. I'm like, yo, she's so extra. Yeah. But look at her, extra, and she's on a Pepsi commercial, extra as hell.
I say Pepsi was so crude.
And she's walking in, and that's just who she is, and you just can't knock that. So I personally I like watching blogs and videos of people who are transparent. Yeah. Talking about not wanting to deal with their kids, not making their baby food from scratch, not being always happy, oh, my marriage is so amazing and I love my husband all the time. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Who are you trying to put together? But some people like it, just not for me. I like the transparency. Yeah. So I don't think it's a bad idea to show your non-makeup skills. And it's just progressive, because there's probably somebody else like, oh wow, look how much she's grown in just practicing. You couldn't have me on nobody's makeup channel, because I am terrible. Somebody tagged Theda last week. Oh, you looking for a makeup artist?
And they tagged me.
I was like, y'all not looking for her.
She's a hater, y'all.
I was like, Theda, question mark.
And then I met the woman on Saturday, and she's like, oh, I think you're the one I tagged. I was like, oh yeah, you think I'm a makeup artist? I was like, my makeup was cute on Saturday, though.
It was cute. It was definitely cute. But I was like, you got the wrong one, Susan.
All right, on that note, we're going to go ahead and pay some bills real quick. So we're going to get our new sponsor that we have with us today.
For the Culture is brought to you today by Beautifully Warm. At Beautifully Warm, we create satin-lined hats for the natural hair and curly hair community. You can order yours at beautifullywarm.com. Also search Amazon for Beautifully Warm.
All right, it's Beautifully Warm. I got to meet this brother. He is a entrepreneur of all sorts. He is, and he owns this company that creates satin-lined hats for women with natural hair.
Because, satin keeps the hair amazing.
Yeah, because especially y'all military people that got to wear these berets and patrol caps.
I saw somebody that had the
they put the satin inside of it.
Oh, don't worry. Beautifully Warm got you.
Yeah, that's dope.
Beautifully Warm got you.
I don't wear the beanie cap for that reason because I don't want it to mess my hair up. So I don't wear the beanie cap in the winter.
Well, you need to get with Beautifully Warm and get the satin line.
All right, I'll hit him up.
PT cap.
Beautifully Warm PT.
I don't do PT. You
still gotta wear the cap.
These little noodle.
You still gotta wear the uniform.
Facts.
But I'm gonna go ahead. We don't have a lot of time left in this episode, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna ask y'all, I guess, some Spitfire questions.
Oh, cool.
And I just want y'all to give me the first answer that comes to your mind, no matter what it is.
The first thing that comes to mind is usually not good.
That doesn't matter. That's what we're doing with this today. First thing that comes to your mind.
I was kidding.
Yeah, actually, we have taken off the parental advice.
Really? Oh, shit! Hey, we in this bitch. We lit.
Everybody's not cussing, but some of us are.
David, he must have purposely not told me because
it would have
been F-bombs.
We're still trying to keep it low.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I got excited.
She's mad hyped.
But we have taken it off, and so we're going to go ahead with our Spitfire questions.
Okay, let's do this.
I am going to start with Theda.
Oh, okay.
Jussie Smollett, innocent or guilty?
Guilty.
Petra. Robert Kelly, is he going to jail or not?
He's not going to jail.
Theda, if you were president, what would be the one thing that you would work towards?
Ooh,
First thing.
I can't get the word out. I don't want to sound like a communist, but
just say it.
So that I would spread the money equally because there's enough money in this world that we can all have a piece of it.
Socialist.
Yeah, socialism. There we go.
I'm like communist.
I didn't know what the new word for it was.
Socialism. Okay.
Okay, Petra, what is the last podcast other than this one that you listened to?
Nikki's Thoughts.
Theda, what is the last movie you watched?
I was watching Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs 2 in the car, waiting to come inside.
This is why you're the little sister. This is why she's treated like a little sister. Yeah. You have no children and you're watching the Meatballs. Like, what is this going on?
It's a really cute movie.
I'm gonna drop Elijah off with her. They have all kinds of fun.
Petra, if you could visit anywhere in the world for 1 week, all expenses paid, plus $1,000 spending money a day, where would you go?
Oh my gosh! So the first thing that came to mind. Can I give you
first
two?
thing that came to mind?
Dang. Russia.
I
really want to go to Russia because I had never been. My dad's Russian, but if I had went to Russia, it'd be Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Africa's a country.
It's a continent.
Where?
I want to go. So I have a week. So I want to go to Kenya. I want to go to Ethiopia. I want to go to Morocco, and I want to go to Cape Town in South Africa. So I gotta make my way around.
Trip,
yeah. But I got $1,000 a day, so I make it work.
And $1,000 goes a long way in all those countries.
Yes, for sure.
So let me think. Theda.
Okay.
What is one thing within the last 6 months that you've done that you regret?
I'm sorry.
It ain't gotta be wildly regrettable. It can be small.
Damn it, I'm gonna cry.
That's not what this part was.
Sorry, I'm sorry. The one thing I regret is when I went and saw my grandma the last time, I regret not recording her voice.
Okay.
No crying.
I'm sorry.
We gotta work on this crying.
I know.
I'm the pregnant one, and Theda's always
my
crying.
grandma is the ultimate tear trigger for me.
I understand.
Ultimate. Sorry, moving on.
Don't be here crying. We can't be here crying.
Well, I got out of all this quick fire because I got to ask the questions. So we're going to go ahead and say thank everybody for
God,
today.
you escaped this round. We'll get you next time.
We want to say thank everybody for today. We had a fun.
This was fun.
Let's let you know a little bit more about us because we on this podcast a lot and we seem to only talk about everyone else's issues. We always talk about what everybody else is going through, things going on in the world.
Are we ever going to like bring our issues to the podcast?
We will.
I'm very open. Y'all know I love talking about my issues.
Right. I think we're about to start moving into a new age with this podcast.
Okay.
To where there'll be more video. There'll be more interaction between us in public. And more interaction with us online.
In public?
Yeah. I like
public
y'all.
Is not
I like y'all a little bit.
Okay, but listen, when you got video coming on, you got to tell me, because I told you if I came here last week in this video, I would not have looked like a person. Because my hair is done. But last week my hair was not done, and neither was my eyebrows. So I would have looked hit on the
Well, the podcast
video.
is not. It's just so they can see what's going on. It's not like that we're.
They're gonna be like, "Oh, her hair's not done." Oh my gosh. But I look forward to the evolution. I think that's important too, to see as we kind of grow.
Yeah.
And that transparency is so important. I speak about that very openly too, because people like to share the good things and the monumental wins, and it's like, there's some losses in between there. Yeah. And let's talk about that for sure.
So everybody just be prepared for new things about to happen. Theda's going to have her first YouTube video filmed in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
All right. It'll be up and her channel will be up and running in 2 weeks. So everybody be prepared for that.
Okay.
She gonna have her makeup. You got your Fenty ready, right?
I got so much freaking makeup.
So we're ready for that. We're gonna get
David got all the
photo
shoots.
There's video. We're ready to go with that.
God.
So everybody just be prepared for the new things happening from M.E.C.C.A Entertainment and for the culture. We also don't forget we still got 2 more podcasts coming right off of this table real soon.
Yeah.
Facts.
So y'all just be prepared for new things to happen. Shout out to everybody who's been with us from the beginning, who's gonna stay with us, and invite somebody. Let somebody else hear an episode. Let everybody know that we're just a group of friends that just have a conversation. Yeah. So we're not even gonna post where you can find us today, because if you really down with us at this point,
you know where we at, right?
And it's on Spotify, it says it on there, and it's on iTunes, it says it on there. It's on YouTube and SoundCloud and everywhere else you can find, Google Play, everywhere where you can find your podcast. So everybody just check us out. Share us, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere you can. Just look for us. You'll find us. We're out here. So thank you, Petra. Thank you, Theda, for coming today and having the conversation with me.
Thank you for having us.
So
thank you for being our friend.
I know, right?
We hard to be friends with.
I'm not. I'm awesome.
I'm not. I'm hard to be a friend with. So if you like me, you can deal with me. We good.
We good until we start texting with Petra, because like you'll text Petra, you won't hear anything for 3 days, 2-3 days. But when she starts, it's there. It's there. You're gonna get every thought in her head over the last amount of time that you haven't been with her.
I'm bad with texting. I'm gonna get better with it. I promise, guys. It's been a little rough.
Oh, and you can tell you something about a new joy I have in life is also just sitting around and watching Theda's stories on Instagram.
She's so ridiculous. I'm like Theda.
And the life that she lives.
Did you see the one I posted yesterday? Because I used the word furthermore in a paper.
No, I didn't.
I used furthermore, so I did like the super zoom.
So y'all, again, thank you for sticking with us. We want to say you'll hear from us this week, you'll hear from us next week, but just remember us, and thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take a picture, man. It'll last longer. Hit the gas on them. Hit a dance on them. Take no chance on them. Get the cash on them.